Good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. First, would like to shout out to my sponsors. If you haven't already, get over to griparmsports.com. Go check out their new clothing line. They got a bunch of new straps available, a lot of cool accessories for arm wrestling needs. So plug in the code Italia15, receive your 15% off. If you need some high quality arm wrestling handles, get over to gripzilla.com. Use the code Paul10, receive 10% off. And of course, if you have any injuries like us arm wrestlers always do, and you need that stem cell therapy, go check the description. I'm going to link it in there with Vita stem cell therapy. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce tonight's guest. He has a very big super match coming up at King of Table, September 23rd. He is also the #1 arm wrestler of Australia, Lachlan Adair. What's up, brother? How you been?
Yeah, man, I've been good. How you been doing?
Oh, I've been great, brother. Been great.
You been good?
So
Good.
I want to first start talking about we got some big things coming up this weekend, actually. And Neil Pickup's Arm Wars got some great matches coming up. He's got a stacked card. So I encourage all subscribers, get over there, get your membership. I mean, it's really cheap monthly membership, and you're going to get a show this weekend. The main event, a match, we got Devin Lorette going against Georgi Savetkov, left hand. It is going to be just an amazing battle. So, Lachlan, I wanted to ask you, bro, who do you have as the favorite in that match?
Man, Georgie's an animal. And we kind of don't know where Devin's left is, right? That's his party arm. So, I'm just gonna make yeah, it's a hell of a party arm, but no, I'm just gonna make a habit of doing what Devin always does to me, and I'll bet against him and say that Georgie's got it.
Wow, okay.
It's a pure spot vote.
Okay. But I don't know, man. I think that's going to be a tough one that day for Devin. I know he's been feeling real strong with both arms recently, but that Georgie, man, he is no joke, and he is that boy is just huge, and he's got a really nice top roll style. And I was hearing that he's never got his wrist taken ever in a match. With that being said, do you think that Devin has what it takes to be able to take his wrist?
Probably not. I think Georgie, like we met him in person. He's a big dude. Yeah, I think that's going to be a real hard day for Devin. Real hard day.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the time of the filming as well. It was like shortly after the match with Hermes too. So it kind of depends how tired Devin was as well.
Yeah, I think it was literally the next weekend after that. I think it was 1 weekend after that. But there was just rumors out there. People were talking about just the way that Devin's been talking as of recent, and people are reading into that, and they're thinking that he got that win. So that's just like some of the chatter I'm hearing around in the community. Have you heard anything like that, or nothing at all?
No. It wouldn't surprise me, but money's on Georgie.
Okay. I want to shout out a couple of the guys in the chat. We got Tall Paul in the house. What's up, Tall Paul? We got the Schmo. We got the French Reaper. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys tuning in. So want to also talk about, I got a big thing coming up. It's very hush-hush kind of event as of right now. There's very limited things I could talk about, but it's actually the Vita Illuminati 1.0 event. And the only things I could really fill everybody in is we got Levon coming to the States. It's a private party. Unfortunately, it's max capacity already. I'm sorry for that. But what will be happening is there will be chances for people to win raffle entry to the Vita Illuminati 2.0. And that's going to be coming up in the next couple of months and all. And they're going to be doing events every 3-4 months. And it's an invite-only event. We're also going to be teaming up with some of the Bellator MMA guys, so Levon, Devin, Sarah Bachman, I believe Chan Shore is now involved, myself. we're going to be doing some cross networking with some of the big MMA stars and just getting some great content out there. And so I just encourage everybody, just keep watching the channels. It's going to be happening very, very soon. There's a lot of things in the works, and there's going to be a lot of announcements. So encourage everybody to stay in touch with that. And shout out to Vita Biologics, doing great things for the sport of arm wrestling, getting all our top athletes in great shape and all. So, brother, moving on, bro, I want to talk about this big event going down, King of Table, September 23rd, bro. And when I heard your match that you got going against Krasi, I was so excited for you, bro. I know you wanted this one for a long time. So kind of tell me how it all came about and, how's training and all going for it.
Yeah, so how it came about, had some availability pop up and I just kind of hit up Don and say, hey, I'm free. He was like, all right, let's see if we can make that happen. I've been competing a lot this year and it was looking like I wasn't going to be competing for about 4 months. And I was like, oh no, I can't take 4 months off. So yeah, it came at a really, really good time. And I noticed after my last East First West match against Andre Ciprianov, the next match was going to be looking like Krasimir anyway, whether or not I was going to be king of the table or East First West. So I'm pretty pleased that I finally got a shot to take down Krasi. Like day one from arm wrestling ever, I wanted Krasi's arm. So yeah, pretty pumped.
What could we expect that day, bro? How do you expect this to turn out? How does his style match up against you?
Look, everyone keeps on saying that it's going to be like a deep hook war. I don't know what people are watching, but I haven't been in a deep hook in a really long time. It's always high hooking. I'm always coming across. So stylistically, we'll just have to see, man. I know he's got a much smaller hand than I do, so I'm going to have the advantage of being able to swallow that thing up a little bit and just see if I can get on his rotation.
Do we expect a flash pin from you, or do we expect like we're gonna meet in the center and have a long drawn out war?
Oh man, I don't like mucking around, especially in the first couple of rounds. I only start dragging shit out when I'm like pretty confident the rounds are getting on. So yeah,
that's what I was
thinking.
I think
it'll be quick.
Coming out quick. Yeah, I could see you coming out the gate real quick and all. And if you gain confidence and you got him, I could see you then giving us the war at the end rounds and all. Now, how does it play out now with it being in King of Table as far as, endurance wise? Because, we got the 6 rounds. And does that change the way you train for this?
Hasn't really changed the way that I train. My training has changed over the last 6 months, but the rounds and all that sort of stuff don't really, the style of the super match doesn't really come into too much of effect with kind of rep ranges that I might choose to try and combat a lot of that endurance. Ultimately, if I can, hold out in my spot and kind of on the A side, then endurance isn't really an issue. It only starts getting a bit hairy when you're getting stretched out and not in a good way. So not something I've really been too concerned about. Obviously, I try and do things as efficiently as I can. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Now, would you say that your main training partner for this training camp was Ryan? Because I see you guys be putting out a lot of videos and all. Is that who you meet up with weekly?
Yeah, weekly. And the guys at Kingpin. I've got a pretty good mix of people in there. So yeah, just my normal crew.
Now, how's it going with the training with Ryan and all? Who's getting the better of who's feeling stronger these days? Because I remember there was a little period of time where I was seeing Ryan, he was getting some pins on you and all, and then recently I seen some videos and it looked like you were just kind of stonewalling him. I'm like, oh, Lachlan's back.
Yeah, that little period of time, I was had a couple of injuries going on at the same time, so it was kind of like I had one injury and then, and as we all do, we kind of compensate and move in a way that gets around that. Then the next thing started twanging off, then the next thing twanging off. And it just got to a point where I was just banged up and there was just no more I could do. So took a little bit of time off. got over some injuries, got some rehab done, and kind of overhauled my entire approach. And since then, I've developed a nice little shoulder protocol that I've been doing really regularly that I think I sent to you. And it's basically been able to keep me competing pretty much monthly, pain-free. I haven't had a single elbow pain, shoulder pain, nothing this year. So,
And I appreciate that you sent that to me. I started that like 2 weeks ago because I started the front of my shoulders started getting like real tight and achy after table time and all. And I just remember you always telling me, shoulder mobility is like really, really key. So I started your shoulder protocol and could already feel it. I'm starting to feel a little more loose. It's opening up the back part, my rotators and all. So definitely appreciate that. And also, bro, what's up with you and coaching and all? How do people get signed up and all that?
Just hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I'm pretty across the board there, so whatever platform you want to hit me up on. TikTok's probably the only thing I'm not really on much at all, so if you send me a message there, I might get lost for a while. But yeah, just Instagram on my athletes page. Should be all G.
And what kind of programming are you offering? Are you have different plans, or do you have the one plan for everybody? How does that work out?
No, so it's fully customizable. So obviously the training philosophy remains the same, but I have to customize it based on people's level, training frequency, available equipment, and style. All comes into it. Injuries as well. We've got to work around those because we're all pretty banged up. So I don't really offer just a standalone program. It does come with my coaching, usually because, if someone's doing my program, they might not be doing it right. My name's attached to it. So I'm going to make sure that they're doing it properly. Each arm wrestling exercise comes with its own little demo video within the program as well, which makes things a lot easier for people. But generally, I do find that people's attention to detail is probably not as good as I would like. So so you get like a full month worth of programming and coaching with me, FaceTime calls, and all that sort of stuff. Pretty regular contact.
Yeah, I followed your program, and I just want to let everybody know it is one of the best out there as far as detail. And like he said, he puts the actual video of him doing each exercise, so you get all the finer points that that you really normally wouldn't get. So definitely get over there, check out Lachlan's programming if that's something that you could be used as a resource. So I want to talk about the other couple of matches that are going down at September 23rd at King of Table, and one of those being our boy from Florida, Chant Shaw, and he's going against Sergey Kalenchko. So what's your thoughts on that, bro? Who do you think is going to get the win? We know that we just seen Sergey in an absolute battle with Matt Mask, and somehow he came. At first he was dominating, and everybody was like, "Oh wow!" And then Matt came back with this glorious comeback, and then that last round, Sergey just pulled it off. Man, he just came in with a quick ass move, and holy shit, and just ended it. So, who do you think is going to get the better that day? Is it going to be Chance or Sergey?
Man, we just saw Chance just hammer Saban, and I don't know what's going on with Saban either, but Chance is it can be inconsistent. Sometimes he's just on and he's smashing the guy up and making it look easy, and other times he's just getting turned up. Kalenchenko is it's funny, we had a Facebook post and I thought it was, what's his name? Who's that left-handed guy out of Cali that talks a whole bunch of smack?
Nelson.
No. Bald guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought it was that guy, right? And he posted, it's like, oh, someone said, looks like Lachlan Adair is in Florida or whatever. And I was like, yeah, maybe the version from Wish or whatever, or like some sort of like department store with a, factory second sale on or some shit. Didn't realize it was Sergey Kalenchenko. And I went, oh, yeah, whoops. But look, we're pretty similar, right? He looked kind of chubby at 117 kilos against Matt Mask, and he's 6'1", so I'm just a little bit taller. 113 kilos and not chubby. So I don't know. I think that would be an interesting match for myself, but I don't know how Chance is going to go. I know he's thumping around about 300 pounds. So that's a super interesting match for me. I'd like to say Chance has it, but I think Sergey's in a bit of good form recently. So I think that's really interesting. Wouldn't put money on it. Just sit back and enjoy.
And what about a possible match between you and Chance Shore? Do you ever see something like that happening?
Maybe. I mean, we had Artem Taranenko down in Australia a little while ago, and he said I'd hammer him. So probably not. But I mean, we'll grip up on the table. Jance and I have never actually gripped up, even on the after table. So
you were close that day too in West Virginia. I remember it was like Chance was there, you were there, and
yeah, but he was fresh, and I was, just wrestled Toddzilla, and I kind of tweaked my shoulder a little bit there as well. Didn't want to push it. But yeah, that was a year ago, man. Year and a half ago. Things are very different now. Things are very different.
You've had a lot of matches, changed your training, your programming, everything.
Oh.
So the other match that I want to make mention is we got Matt Mask going against the legend Ron Bath. And, we know it's coming back off an injury and all. So I'm very interested to see where Ron's level is going to fall. And Matt
was on his left, though, right? Was it his left that he popped his left?
I honestly don't know. I know he's been getting the stem cell treatment. I know he's been going through that. I don't remember which arm it was, but I know it was definitely messing with his training and all. So cool. With that being said, who do you think is going to get the win that day, man?
I think, much respect to Ron, I think this will be Matt Mask's kind of breakout match from the rut that he's been in. I think he's had 4 losses in a row. I think this will be the match that gets Mask on the up.
Okay. Now the other one, this one, man, this is just a unbelievable match. The rematch.
Yeah.
To Alexi.
After what, like 20 years, 30 years?
Not even sure. It's 20. I think it's 20 something years.
20, yeah.
Yeah, chat. Let us know if you know when their first match went down. But who do you think is John the Goat Brzenk? Is he gonna have what it takes to hold off Alexi, who is? I mean, he's looking really, really strong. I see his training, and what's your thoughts on that?
Alexi's looking strong and healthy, but John has had a bit of a break. It's been a couple months since he's pulled. I think the last time he pulled was Toddzilla, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel that long ago, but I think it was kind of a while ago.
Yeah, I think it was August 26th or somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was going to say that he's had some rest, but he kind of hasn't.
Not really.
Not really. How do you bet against John ever? Yeah, I ain't betting against John. And Alexi hasn't competed in a really long time.
Was it Tim Breznin, right? It was the last one. Came back.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
It was before I was back in sports, so it's got to be 3-4 years.
Yeah, and John's just, as we know, John doesn't train; he just competes. And when he's competing often, he's dangerous. So, I'm going to give that one to John. I think he'll get all up in Alexi's hand and kind of mess with him in the setup. And I think if John's shoulder's healthy enough, he'll be able to come forward and press it to finish.
Okay. Yeah, well, I just seen a couple of people in the chat. Robert Kelly, what's going on? And Matt Rundle just said, he goes, just finished my workout from Lachlan. I'm coming for you, Paul. Uh-oh, man. Yeah, you're training these guys, bro. Oh, training my competition.
I only realized that until that weekend that you had in Florida, when you just went on, like, you were like a wrecking ball. And I was like, oh, that's Matt. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Bro, I literally was having nightmares about him, bro, because I watched him for the last like 2 months before that at all the FAL events, just smoking everybody. So I knew he was going to be my competition that day. So every second of the waking day, I'm thinking about him and his shoulder roll, and I'm preparing. So when I finally got on the stage that day and I gripped him, oh, bro, I was like a ticking time bomb. I was ready just to explode, bro, just to let it finally all out. But yo,
he's strong though. He's strong. He's about to get stronger too. So,
oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm not taking the foot off the gas, bro. I'm keep going. Did you see this last weekend, bro? I won 5 classes at the FAL.
Yeah, man.
I'm starting. Things are starting to connect, bro. Things are starting to make sense
man.
on the table and all.
So you're going to go full pro class now in the 198s?
So I got a couple of little things I'm doing. I don't want to say, but yeah, I got just stay tuned, everybody. In the next, I got some things in the works and all, and I don't want to give up my info, but yeah, it's about to get spicy. And speaking of that, guys, I got to show you guys. I got the new shirts in, man. Gonna be getting them out there, feeling spicy. Want your Paul Italia shirt? Let me know, guys. I want to be selling these. I'm going to bring them over to West Virginia, September 23rd, the Travis Bajan and my event. If you guys are local, come through. Going to be a 1-class tournament for the pros. Going to be an open class. Going to be a lot of fun with that. And then we got the normal amateur classes and masters and all. So definitely come check it out. It's going to be a fun weekend for sure. Grip Arm Sports will also be in the house. I know they're going to have a big clothing boost. So you'll be able to get all the cool gear over there. And you'll also be able to buy your Paul Italia shirt. So definitely check that out. So, bro, I want to move on into September 30th. Not much hype about this, and I don't know why. And it's going down in Germany. We got a real interesting match by 2 big social media stars in the arm wrestling world, and that would be Larry Wheels going against Leonidas left arm. And I just don't get it, bro. It's like I don't hear anything about this nowhere. And it's like we should be hyping this up. These guys got huge following. We could get a lot of eyes on arm wrestling that day. So just wanted to ask you, bro, what was your thoughts on this? We know Larry's pretty dominant with his left arm. But that guy Leonidas, bro, he kind of looks like you, bro. He's got the same like build like you, like just unbelievable, like Sherman tank type shit.
Yeah, but I'm way prettier. He's got more hair than I do, but yeah, look, I think Larry I think he's come a long way in the last year, bro. I think he's really I think he's had like a bit of a click moment because he's been looking real good. So I'm going to give that one to Larry. I think he's just had more time in the sport. Leonidas is obviously he's a big, strong guy.
Have you gripped up with it? You beat Larry. I remember at that. What is it? What was the name of that?
Yeah,
or down
over the top. Yeah, that was in Feb last year. But then I gripped with Larry in I think November of last year as well at King of the Table 4 or 5. I think I was on. And look, I didn't have any issues with him there, but that's kind of what I mean. I think he kind of might have had a bit of a moment that things clicked into place sometime after that, because recently the showings that Larry's had has been extremely dominant, very promising. So
I think it's just time, bro, in the sport, man. I think it's, because I'm experiencing the same thing and you kind of did the same thing. It's, guys coming from that powerlifting and bodybuilding background. I think it just takes a few years to first to get that hand dialed in and then just to start moving right. But once you start doing the progress, the progression just starts skyrocketing really fast, and I think Larry really seeing that right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And like I said, Leo's still fairly new, so he hasn't had that, those moments.
I don't know though, bro. I'm hearing some crazy shit about him, man. I'm hearing that he's been arm wrestling for a few years, just not really out there. And they're saying his technique is pretty damn solid. Like a lot of guys are saying that. Have you ever pulled him before or met him in person?
No, never.
Yeah,
well, do you know how much he weighs? How much he weigh?
I don't know, man. From the pictures, I thought he was only like a 220, 230 guy, but I think he's up there, bro. I think he's a monster, man. Now, some guys saying that he's, I think he's over 250, 260. He's
true.
Yo, guys in the chat, does
man.
anybody know the size of Leonidas, how much he weighs and how tall he is or anything? Let me know if you guys know. I'm definitely interested in that.
He's one of those guys. He might be a little bit shorter because, like, what am I now? I'm about 250 right now, and leaner than I've been. But yeah, I know some guys like Leo. He might be a couple inches shorter than me, and he just looks like way big.
I remember him and Hermes look kind of the same height and size, and when they were together, they looked like Mario and Luigi, kind of like they're two like.
Yeah. Well, Hermes and I are about the same height as well, so he must be like 250. It's got to be. He's that big. Yeah.
So I got to ask you, bro, why don't you think this is getting like promoted much, man? Like, how come we're not really hearing much about it?
I think it's probably a timing thing, right? Like, I think because Larry's still, he's really tied up in King of the Table. As soon as that's over, I reckon they'll go hard for a week.
Yeah,
I think it could just be a way to kind of simplify the calendar because there's so many events going on at once. Yeah, I think it's just spreading it out so people don't get confused. I think as soon as King of the Table's over, I reckon they'll probably go pretty hard with the marketing. So it'll be all right.
I see Israel Chavez in the chat. What's up, Israel? He goes, I need a Paul Italia shirt. Appreciate that, Israel. We'll definitely get you that. And then Aaron Castillo, what's up, bro? And he goes, I agree with you, Paul. You guys had a lot of great components, strength and musculature. But once you start to join things together with the tendons and muscle memory, your level takes a big leap. Yes, 100%. I'm definitely experiencing that right now. And I am loving it for sure. So also want to talk, since Israel's in the chat, October 7th, guys, I'm going to be throwing a mega practice in North Cal. So if you're in California or a surrounding state and you're interested coming through, definitely hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll let you know all the details. But we had one last month, a lot of great pollers. People were coming from different states. They were driving 6-7 hours away. We had a really great turnout, and I'm expecting an even bigger one this one. And you never know who's going to show up at one of these practices. Anybody could pop in. So definitely come check that out. Then also want to also talk about East versus West 10, November 11th. We got a couple of good matches set up there, and kind of want to get your thoughts on that. And one of them being Zaire versus Georgie, and interested to see how this one goes. Zaire coming back off of that injury and all. I think
you mean Zhao?
Zauer. I've heard so many people say different ways of it's like Levon and Levan, and it's I'm not really sure, but that big monster Zauer against Georgie is gonna be interesting. Georgie, man, he is like really he's making his waves right now, bro. He's getting some big matches, and what I like about Georgie is he's that guy you could call like a month out and be like, yo, I need you to fill in, and he's just ready to go all the time.
Yeah, man. That's the thing with these Bulgarians. The way that they train, they're just always ready to go. Good to go whenever, they're perma ready. Plus, like, his schedule's real good. So during the summer months, so 8 months of the year, that's all he does is arm wrestle. So the rest of the time he's got, like, I think he makes his money out in the, like, ski resorts and stuff like that. So he's busy for 3-4 months of the year, and then the rest of the time he's just arm wrestling. He doesn't. He makes everything he needs to make in 4 months. So I think that makes a huge difference. So he's definitely on season at the moment. With I think winter coming up soonish, we might see him kind of disappear for a bit. But I think he's making hay while the sun shines and making some wave.
Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think gets that, man? Because I know, like you talk about Zaire about a year ago. I mean, everybody was saying he could be the dude to beat Levon. So I'm just interested to see how quick he could get back into the swing of things. And then the other thing is we never really seen him in a super match format yet. We've seen him at AMC destroying everybody, but have we really actually seen him in a super match?
Yeah, look, I've listened to the guy talk. He makes like 1,001 excuses for however he pulls. Like he gets start beating in training, and then just the excuses start flowing, and I'm like, okay. But he seems like he's puffed out talking, so I don't think he's going to do so well. Where Georgie's killing it in the super match game. Those matches that he had recently, they were long, drawn out.
And he
I think
lost. I
he's
think he took off for like 20, 30 pounds. So I got to say, I would think that would
did.
help with his endurance. So I mean, that's another.
Yeah, I think Zauer did the whatever his name is did the same thing. I think he was probably pushing it too hard and got too heavy, and probably why he got injured doing that stupid ass lift. I think that lift that they're doing. I think that thing's pointless. We'll talk more on that later if you want, but yeah, he ended up getting hurt, and I know he's lost a bunch of weight, but I think Georgie's just healthier. I think he's smarter. I think he's better on the table. I don't think it'll be easy for the first 2 rounds, and then I think Georgie's just going to hammer him after that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that because I just remember when Denis Saplankov and Zawier were, sparring, and at first Zawier was kind of dominating him, the first like couple of minutes, and you could see that Dennis was just kind of feeling him out, kind of just like slowing him down, and then you just saw it totally switch, and Zawier just lost all of his endurance. And I just kept saying, wow, if that goes into a super match, man, he might have got the first 2 pins, but round 3, I think that shit would have changed right there. So,
Big time. And that was the video that I was like, wow, that's a lot of excuses coming from the grown man.
Okay. So I feel a little negativity to Zawier. I don't think you really like him the way you're saying things. Is this true?
I don't like that kind of excuses, man. I mean, if you lose, you just go, hey, better man on the day. We don't need to hear your nonsense. Just who cares? It's just practice too. So yeah, I don't take too kindly that sort of rhetoric, if you will. You know, is what it is.
I like that, bro. Hell yeah. So moving on, I want to talk about December 9th, man. We got a big day going on from Greg Brown Productions in Phoenix, Arizona. And your boy himself, Paul Italia, he is the main event match. I'm going to be going against Ryan Grondin, Twinkie boy, leader of the 98.
Yeah.
So I want to get your thoughts on that, bro. What's your prediction that day, man? Do you think it's just what it takes to get Twinkie boy out?
Yeah, clean sweep. It was funny when that match got announced. I got a message from Ryan just like on like some nice comments or whatever, and I was like, I'm Paul's boy. What are you, what you doing, man? But no, I think it'll be an easy day.
Nice. Yeah, and then the other one that I want to make mention is, because I know him on the Arm Wrestling Buzz, and I know you think you were in the middle of as we were trying to set the match, and that was my co-host Tom Stubberline, and he's going to be going against Freddie Sanchez.
It's happening now,
bro. Finally, in the last week, we have got this locked in. It's going down December 9th on the Greg Brown Productions. Yeah, bro. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on this, man. And I got to say, bro, I've been seeing these videos of Tom, and he's saying he's all natty, man, but that boy is blowing up quick. He's figured out something, man. All natty right there. But what's your thoughts, bro?
On the natty status? No. I mean, all the signs are there, man. I mean, we know what we're looking at, don't we? Of course we do.
Don't be mad at me, Tom. This is just our opinion, bro. I don't know, man. I'm questioning it. You must have found Levon's SARMs or something, or Devin's pancakes.
Yeah. Look, all the recent studies on SARMs show they don't work. I mean, and technically MK677 is not a SARM, so the things that are specifically SARM don't work. He might be fake natty and just taking an absolute bucket load of peptides, but I don't know, man. That's too much fluid retention for someone who's Anyway, moving on. Freddie Sanchez. I mean, I made the point before, and Tom was like, no. I've been training for 5 years, which isn't really enough time to build the tendons in arm wrestling specific. And we had that whole argument, and he was just, up his own ass. So, do I think Tom just has enough raw power to overcome Freddie. But I mean, Freddie's been doing it for a long time, man. So I don't know. It's actually legitimately, it's an interesting match. And if Tom wins, congratulations. If Freddie wins, eat shit. Man, that's kind of where I am with it, man.
I can't believe like the exposure and how it went viral everywhere when they announced it, bro. Everybody just started sharing it everywhere you look. Everybody's talking about it. And the thing that I like about this match is every single person is like, one's like Tom, the other one is Freddie, and they're like, so like 100% Freddie's gonna win. The other one's 100% Tom. So nobody really knows, and it's just it's getting a lot of buzz, and it's gonna be a really good one. And they legit don't like each other, so
yeah. I mean, credit to Tom. He kind of held out like a diligent porn star not doing anal for a good amount of time until enough people got on board with it.
Holy shit. But the thing I gotta say, bro, is when I went and trained with Bob Brown, I got Bob Brown coaching me now, and I was talking with Bob. Yeah. Bob used to train with Tom because they used to train together in the Vegas team and all. And I asked Bob, and he said, "No, bro." He said, "Tom is the real deal." He's like, he's very technical on the table, and he's extremely, extremely strong. And he actually definitely told me, he said he thinks he was the next power level over me. So I was like, "Oh shit, all right, man." So
yeah. There's no doubt Tom's strong. As much as I like hanging shit on him, I don't know. It's just his face. It's just easy for me to hang shit on. But he's a strong dude. There's no doubt. And I think he actually has a pretty bright future in the sport, big time. So I mean, credit given where credit's due. So
yeah. I definitely agree with that for sure. Yeah. And then the last one that I want to just bring up, bro, is I got one more big monster match going down, and that's going to be at Winter Blast, and that's March 23rd, which is kind of ironic, man. So I'm pulling Ryan Grandin in Arizona for December 9th, but I'm actually going to have a big super match against Nanya, and we're going to be holding that at the Winter Blast, and Ryan Grandin will be holding that for us over there. And nice. I'm hearing it's one of the biggest amateur matches ever. We got $6,000 on the line that day, and we got a belt. Yeah, bro. So it's gonna be great. Me and Nanya bet each other 5,000 on the match, and then we got a sponsor.
I did see that.
I did see that. On top, and then we got a custom belt because I always wanted some crazy belt. So we're gonna design this pretty insane belt, and we're gonna throw that on. Yeah. So do you know anything about Nanya, man? Have you seen him pull it off?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he had that like kind of like viral video in the community with Devin Lorette. He was at West Virginia at Travis's, and he started going nuts, like pressing into the Devin, and his hair was flying all over the place, and looked like he was trying to break his little twig arms or whatever. But
yeah.
The thing I gotta say about Nanya, man, Nanya is legit crazy, bro. He's going all in that day. The only thing I'm nervous about is he's gonna break one of those little twigs jumping in on me and all. I'll try easing him down to the pad. I'll guide him the whole way through and all that.
Teach him a little lesson, be gentle.
Yeah, right. But I'm just worried about his little twig arms, man. He's he's frail up top and all. But what's your thoughts, bro? Do you think I get the win that day?
Yeah, man, I think you're built like a pit bull. That guy is, I don't know, he's kind of built like a poodle, right? So, yeah.
I love it.
Is what it is. It's cool. I think we got something coming up. We haven't got a date yet, but the guys from Knuckles Up might be having a little something with me going on in New York in December, maybe sometime too. So we're just waiting on dates.
Yeah,
and
December.
We'll see what's going on there.
Yeah, December 9th is their next thing, which is unfortunate because I'm going to be in Arizona that day with my super.
Oh, okay. Man, I asked Will for a date. He didn't give me a date.
It's December 9th. Just so you know, because I was there at the last one, and they announced it at the end and all. And
I mean, there's just talks. I know they're pretty keen to have me over there, but haven't got a contract yet, or haven't had flights booked. So, unsure.
I gotta tell you, these guys are official, bro.
Man, that's what I mean. We need to chat.
Gate the way they did, bro. They went all in with the production. Like, it was nuts. When I walked into this place, I was like, wow, for the first time throwing in a like this, dude, these guys are going to be the next big thing in North America, man. So definitely get yourself in there. And I just wish it wasn't December 9th, man. And, if they give you an option for one right after that or something, make sure you do that. This way I could be there in your corner helping you out and all. And
man, big time.
What else you got going on, bro? You got anything after that? Sure, you got
after that, I've got Dave Chafee in Australia, which is nice. That's happening in January.
Okay, is there a date like locked in, or are we just around January time for now?
No date yet. I think it's mid to late January. But yeah, and then after
I gotta ask you about that, man. What do you think, bro? Like, you have what it takes to be Dave and oh, bro. The other thing is, did you watch the match with Knuckles Up with Camille versus him?
Bro, so I did. My history with Camille was when I went to Zloty in 2019. We're in the same weight class. We're in the 105 kilo weight division back then.
Okay.
So since then, he's eaten some cheeseburgers and got himself 30 kilos heavier. And he's been working hard. I think he's training not how I would train. It's interesting, but it certainly worked for him because that press.
That's what I was just about to say, bro. His press reminded me of you when you do your quick right hand press. Like, that's like kind of like the same move. Am I right or wrong with that?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. He against Dave too, like Dave's all in a hand though. That's the thing. Like if Dave gets that edge on you in the hand, then like you're done, right? So that's kind of what Dave is known for. I haven't really ever seen Dave being typically real good holding up presses. I don't know where his bicep strength is, but I would like a match with Camille. And the Zloty thing. He was kind of weird, bro. Like, I got to admit, like, I was standing there just kind of watching everything, and then he would walk next to me and then stand directly in front of me, like a dick's length from me. And I was like, are you fucking right, mate?
Wow. So, we got perfect lead up right now.
Yeah,
Knuckles up. You hear this? Knuckles up. We got to set this up, man. I think there's beef.
Yeah. But, he's what, 45 pounds heavier than me right now. He's a big dude, but yeah, I'd like to have a crack. But we'll see. I think the match between Dave is going to happen sooner. So different style. I probably won't be diving in on the press like Dave. I can be Dave. I think the goal is just to turn him up. Let's kind of see how we go. But it's been a long time since someone has thought it was a good idea to press me. Typically there's a little bit too much bicep there, and it's just not a good way for them to go.
Let me ask you, with the extra 45 pounds on Camille, if he goes into a press view, is that a problem with that kind of weight, or are you strong enough to pull out of
that? I believe I'm strong enough, but I probably wouldn't. Why even go there? I just wouldn't let him get into that spot. Very difficult to press when your thumb's been twisted down. So, and
how would you keep him at? How would you keep him out of his shoulder, like side pressure, like how would you?
It'd be a little bit of side pressure, but the main thing would be just rotation. As soon as it'd be just hard wrist flexion, a lot of back pressure, and kind of up top, and just all I'd be doing is trying to twist his thumb.
Is that what Hermes did to Jerry? Is that pretty much the same move?
I believe so. Yeah, he came like right across him and just didn't let him.
He controlled the whole wrist. He, like you said, he supinated over, controlling the wrist, and then full hand top rolled like through him.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I'd be. That's the technique, or I guess the smartest way to kind of deal with a presser. But you've got to be strong enough to pull it off. But
now, would you want? Would you want a weight cap? You want him to lose weight, or would you just
No, I don't give a fuck about that, man. Never have. Just like when I see someone who's kind of overweight, I'm just like, they're probably the same size as me without all that fat, so who cares?
I like that. Okay.
I'm not bothered by that at all. I think we're around the same height. He's a little bit taller, but yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed tall that day. I remember that. He definitely was taller in person when I seen him. Really nice guy, man. I really liked him. I definitely hit it off with him. He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
he's definitely got the Mike Tyson effect.
Oh man. Wow, Lachlan's already, the mind games have started. The match hasn't even started, but yeah, here we go. Camille, if you're listening,
not to give him any sort of credit, he ain't Mike Tyson. He ain't a killer. He just sounds a bit like him. We just add a little bit of a lisp. He's already got the tone. It's already up there. But he is a nice guy though. I'm just talking shit. I like him. He's a good guy. But yeah.
Well, I definitely would love to see that match. That could be an interesting one. Another topic I want to just touch on real quick, bro, is the whole situation with Ryan Bowen and with the whole beef with East versus West with per se, Engen and all. How is that affecting you, bro? Because I heard a lot of people just kind of bringing that up, and it kind of puts you in an awkward position. You're really close with Ryan, obviously, for all these years, also a training partner, and you're also part of AWE. You're the champion over there and all. So what how is that all playing out for you? Is it an awkward situation?
No, it hasn't been. I mean, I've been to East vs West and King of the Table. I think Don and Engen are obviously, clever enough and mature enough to realize that Ryan, as much as I'm friends with him and, he's my boy, we are separate, we have separate opinions. And, I've made it clear in the past that like, I don't get involved with the promoter end of things. I'm point and shoot, me, you've had an event, you've known me for years now. It's like, just give me an opponent and that's where I go. I'm just a talent, man. I just want to turn up and arm wrestle. So I don't get involved. I don't hold an opinion. I don't think it's kind of worth that because there are so many like different facets to running a promotion, as you know, that I have nothing to do with. It's just, I just turn up and try and wreck the guy in front of me. That's, lots of things in the background and lots of different stories that overlap. So I just stay out of it, man.
Now, let me ask you this, bro. What if you get offered a contract, with East versus West or King of Table? I don't know how they, it's grouped under one and all. But what happens if you get contracted in there? Would you accept that contract if you weren't able to compete in AWE anymore?
Look, I think the thing with AWE, it's less about AWE and more about who is there to offer me to pull. So before the contracts were coming into place, there wasn't really like the list was already kind of small for people in my weight class or kind of people around me that would be kind of worth my time unless we're really getting some Europeans over and stuff like that. But now the contracts are in place, it kind of has just come down to, well, there's no one really that and a different promotion could offer me really. Like Knuckles Up is cool. That's in December. Even outside of that, like the US, I've got Marcio Pavlo right-handed because we haven't had a right-handed match. Potentially Chance, but beyond those three, there's no American that's kind of, even remotely close to my weight class that's going to be kind of worth it, if you know what I mean. Like,
I do want to bring up one thing is we're supposed to have that Derek Smith match and the winner we all know was going to get Dave Chafee and Derek had back out and all. Is that a match that you would look to get somewhere else now?
Yeah, potentially. I think when it's overseas, typically I like to either choose interesting matches or matches that are ranked above me but in my weight class. And King of the Table and East vs West certainly have that talent pool readily available to them. So look, if it's something that they thought was going to be an interesting match that would sell pay-per-views, I'm all for it. He's way out of my weight class, but I think it could be interesting.
The other one that I know you really wanted and was the redemption match with Mike Aiello. And Mike's got trying to make the comeback, and he's got some personal issues going on as of right now. Is that something that we still could get to see sometime soon, or?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, we've had some conversations and some couple of things in the works, so I can't say too much, but Micah Yellow has definitely been a source of interest for a couple of people. That might be how I get to New York, if that's going to come to fruition. But yeah, I think
definitely,
so.
I definitely want to see Mike Aiello back, man. He's one of those big characters and superstars of our sport. We haven't really seen him much in the last couple of years. I threw him in Oklahoma. We had him at the Fatal Four and all, but that was right when he was having the issues with his back, and he had to go for that surgery right after that. Yeah. So I really want to see a healthy, strong Mike Aiello come back, because he definitely
same
sport.
Like, as well, I think it was good that he's had a little bit more time. Like, it was meant to be Micah Yellow at East First West 8. 7? No, 9. I was on 9. Sorry, I get messed up. No, I was on 8. I was on 8, then they had 9 a month later, and they got 10 coming up. Sorry. But he was only 7 months post surgery, and they usually recommend a year. So if we can get this popping off in December, hopefully, that'll give him not quite a year, but a lot closer to. So
well, that would be a great one. I hope we get to see that one finally, because I know that redemption match and all, when he first pulled you, you were brand new into the sport, and that was just crazy that you even took that match, bro. Then that
was a replacement match. It was meant to be Paul Lynn and I at the time, and then Paul Lynn got injured, and then they gave like 2 weeks notice, and Mike was like, yeah, I'm going to be there anyway for the because it was a Bajan, Travis Bajan event. So he was already going. So I was like, yeah, why don't you just pull Lachlan? So,
bro, you just said it, man. Like, I know you guys are different weight classes, but I think I'd like to see that one also. Paul Lynn versus you match, bro.
Yeah, we were meant to have some after table at East First West. He did ask for it, but I got busy with everyone else, so I didn't get to pull him. But look, there's lots of interesting things, but I kind of think there's a couple of matches that if I win, which probably will preclude that from ever happening. It's like, so just beating guys who are above him, and
different levels. Yeah, I got you. All right, well, Lachlan, I want to thank you for coming on today, brother. It's always great to hear from you and all, and I want to wish you
too, man.
Luck of always, man. September 25th, guys. Get over the the Core Sports. Order your 23rd. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. Oh, okay.
Wow, September. Yeah. Oh man, I need to. I have the event that same day too. I need to have that one perfect. Yeah, it's going to be a great day of arm wrestling, guys. So we got King of Table from Core Sports. Get over there, get their pay-per-view. And then right after that, that night, we will have on Travis Bajan Unfiltered on his YouTube channel. And I believe Artem's also will be having live footage. And you'll be able to check out all the behind-the-scenes content on my channel as well. So September 23rd is going to be an amazing day for arm wrestling, everybody. Lachlan, is there anywhere you'd like to get people to go over your social media platforms? I know your Instagram is like one of your main ones, but is there anywhere else that?
You can hear my Facebook page as well. There's just like Lachlan Adair, just the athletes page. If we can get that one popping off, that'd be stellar. But yeah, most of the content now that I post on Instagram now automatically gets thrown over there. So
nice. And guys, get over. If you guys need a coach, you need programming, this is the guy, man. I've been in bodybuilding 25, 30 years. I was always the guy to go to when you had any kind of questions or programming and all that. Well, I've been going to Lachlan since I've met him. Me and him just connected right away. And I just, I see he has a gift with programming, and now he's transferred everything over to arm wrestling, and it's obviously showing by his skills and all. So if you want one of the top coaches and a great programmer, get over to Lachlan, get in touch with him, and he'll hook you up with a custom one. It's not those cookie cutter where everyone fits everybody. He makes it directly for you. He follows up. He keeps you training and keeps you on point with everything. So Lachlan, I appreciate it again, brother. And again,
appreciate it.
Best.